Hi guys, Tony here, and I just wanted to do a best practices video, and I've written down 10 best practices for using IFTTT Backlink Commando. Okay, first thing, and the most important thing, because people are mixing this up quite a lot, I get feedback from the Facebook groups and in support desk. A lot of the problems that people are getting is because of the proxies. Okay, let me tell you right now, use IP authenticated proxies. I put a link in here for Squid proxies. That's the ones I use. And you only use proxies for account creation. You do not use proxies for any other part of the actual IFTTT setup. Okay, you don't use it for the recipe creation, and you do not use it for Tube Network Builder. Okay, there are other areas where you might want to use it when we're doing sort of advanced stuff inside the OTO2 version, but I will tell you in the videos there when you need to be using proxies and when you don't. Okay, for the account creation, you need proxies. For recipe creation, okay, when you're creating recipes, which is this part here, and when you've got this, we do not use proxies here. You just go into your proxies at that point, clear it, okay, and you won't have any problems. And the reason is that IFTTT.com, which is what we're using to create the recipes, they don't really care where you're logging in from, okay? They're not like YouTube, they're not like Facebook, they're not going to flag you up for where your location is. We need the proxies when we're creating these accounts, the Digo and Delicious and all this stuff over here. But for when we're creating recipes, we do not need proxies, okay? So that will get rid of hopefully about 30% of support tickets, because a lot of people have the proxies in here and it's giving them a sort of red all the way down, which is errors, and it's due to just not clearing your proxies, okay? Also, don't forget that when you're doing let me just go over to Squid. When you're using Squid proxies, sorry, that you need to remember to change your IP address. Okay, so if you're going to be creating accounts, you go over here in Squid proxies, vip.squidproxies.com, go to authorized IPs, and you can see here I've rebooted my computer since the last time I authenticated my proxies from them. You can see this 1.180.183.636 is not in here, okay, because I rebooted my computer. It might be different for where you are, but every time I reboot my computer, I get a different IP. So I need to go in here, and where it's got my IP, just check if it's there. If it's not there, click on the blue link here, add to the the authorized list, and then just click submit. That's it. Okay. You can get rid of the older ones as well if you want to. Okay. Then we can come to the assign proxies tab, and then we can come and grab all of these proxies, and we can come over to the software, go into the proxies tab down the bottom here, click on the green add proxies, put it in here, and click add items. Okay, now what you got to know as well, when that happens, you need to give it a couple of minutes, about 2 or 3 minutes, for these proxies to authenticate, to propagate, sorry, for this IP address. If I click this now, I'm going to get a lot of red. Okay, but if I come back in 2 minutes time, I'm going to get a lot of green, until eventually I get all green. Okay, so you can see here it's all red because I haven't given it enough time to propagate. So I'll come back here in 2 minutes and we will do that again, and we will get all green. Okay, so we'll just wait for a couple of minutes, we will do that. Okay, let's come back over and get into the Google slide again. Right, now you can buy high PR Tumblr accounts, you can buy high PR Twitter accounts, and you can buy high PR blogger accounts from the same guy. Okay, you go over to the site. I put the link in the slide. The slide will be underneath the blog post where I'm posting this. Okay, and in the membership area as well. And you can see here with this link I gave you inside the slide, it's going to take you to this page. You can buy PR2 Tumblr blogs for $4 each, PR3 for $20, okay, PR4 for $40, and PR5 for $125. Okay. You can also now get some high PR blogger accounts. So you can get PR1 for $5, and you can get PR2 for $10. Okay, you don't need these, but it's going to give you a far more powerful network if you do. Also, he's now added Twitter profiles, high PR ones. you can get PR for Twitter profiles. Now, it's not cheap, it's $40 each. So I wouldn't really worry about these too much unless you're in a very, very, very competitive niche, and unless you really understand that SEO does cost money. It's not free traffic, it's free once you're up there, okay? But once you get into page one, once you sort of nudge yourself from page one up to number one, number two, etc., then you've got free traffic. To get there, it costs money, okay? If you're in a very competitive niche, you got to understand that it's going to cost you money to get onto page one of Google. Okay, you just cannot get there free. Okay, there's no SEO is free. It just doesn't exist. We have to go and buy stuff. Either it's softwares, either it's courses, either it's backlinks or strategies or whatever. We are paying for them. Okay, and nothing is free. So you got to understand that SEO can be quite expensive if you go into a very, very competitive niche. Okay, actually that's a little bit misleading. If you're targeting very competitive keywords, okay, then it gets expensive. A niche can have some keyword phrases with traffic and volume for traffic, with commercial intent keywords that may not be as expensive to go and get to page one of Google. Okay, it depends. You need to find the sort of golden keywords and decide which ones you want to go for. Okay, now the best place to go and find your keywords is to go over to flipper.com, find some blogs that have sold in your niche, go back in the historical data as well. Okay, so you can go into flipper.com or do a separate video on that, and basically you can see what other people have been making money on within that niche, and you can even find out their keywords, or you can reverse engineer them. Okay, I will do a whole video on that, which will probably be a webinar actually, because it's going to take about 45 minutes to go through it right now. So we can buy blogger accounts in here, which is pretty good. You know, PR2 blogger accounts, $10 each, is not that expensive, and PR2 Tumblr accounts at $4 each is not that expensive. These would be okay because we're going to do some backlinking to these as well. Okay, so we can bump up the power of these pretty easily by doing specific things, backlinking your tier one. Okay, so before I go further, people might be wondering, what is a tier one? Tier one is the links that go to your money site. Okay, the links that go to your money site directly linking to your money site, they are tier one. Then we have tier two links. So that would be links that are linking to these ones here, because these ones here will be linking to your money site. Anything linking to these is going to be tier two. Okay, that's what we're talking about when we say tier one and tier two. Right, next, let's come back over to my slide. So what we want to do for every campaign, for a major campaign, you might want to do it a little bit higher. I don't. I'd stick with 10 high PR blog network IFTTT accounts. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're creating 10 IFTTT accounts. We're putting in at least a high PR Tumblr in each. Okay, at least a high PR Tumblr in each. If you want to put into those IFTTT accounts a high PR Twitter and a high PR blogger account into each IFTTT account, you can do that if you want to. Okay, that's entirely up to you. It depends on how much money you want to spend. Okay, right now, with the Tumblr accounts, you can do the PR2 as I mentioned before. You want to have a different Tumblr account in every one of these 10 IFTTT accounts that you create. Okay, so if I want to create a network of 10 high PR Tumblr accounts, I need 10 IFTTT.com accounts that I've created with IFTTT Backlink Commando. Okay, and then I'm going to log into IFTTT.com for each and every one of those. I'm going to activate the same WordPress, okay, which is my money site usually, okay, and the same YouTube account, okay. That is because my campaigns will always have content from the same YouTube account and always have content for the same WordPress account for each campaign that I'm doing, for each money site that I'm trying to rank. Ultimately, I'm trying to rank a money site. If you're trying to rank a YouTube video, then you put links for your YouTube video in your descriptions and stuff like that. We can cover all that in sort of later webinars and stuff. Okay, for me, what I do is my money site, for example, anthonyhayes.me, that is my money site. Anything any content I create always has video. It's always on my main YouTube channel, okay, and always has links inside the videos, and inside that channel it's optimized to send links to anthonyhayes.me or sort of deep link to a particular blog post within that account, okay, or within that WordPress site, sorry, okay. The reason I do that is because I have a central hub. My blog is my central hub, and I've got multiple places for people to opt in, okay, and that builds my email list, which means I can remarket to them, okay. So when I do a new blog post, when I think is significant enough, then I'm going to send a link, I'm going to send an email out, and that email will have a link to the blog post. When people get there, then I've got many things, marketing things there. I've got links to free SEO tools, I've got links to premium SEO tools, I've got various places for people to opt in, etc. I might put special offers on. I can put, you know, sort of those top toolbars with a special offer. I can do multiple things within that WordPress site, far more with a WordPress site than what I can do with a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, okay. It's just what works best for me, and it's helped me to build an email list of about 14 or 15,000 right now that I've got right now, okay. So it does work, and that's why I do it the way I do it. If you want to do it any different way, you have to find your own variation around that. But let me just tell you that building an email list is the most important thing you can do in any niche whatsoever. It's really important, and that's got to be the #1 goal, because that is where you can get that traffic to come back to new content, to new offers, and everything else, okay. Right, next. So we're building up a 10 IFTTT account blog network, and we're using a different high PR Tumblr in every one, okay. You can use a different high PR Twitter in every one as well. You can use just a normal Twitter in every one, and you need to use a different blogger in every one as well, okay. Now, what you need to understand is what I've got down here at #9. I'm sorry, I'm jumping a little bit, but it's all important. You need to understand what is a trigger and what is an action in IFTTT. Okay, really important, because nothing else is going to make sense to you. You're going to overthink. If you don't get this, you will just wonder how and why. Okay, so triggers and actions. Let's go over to the software. Actually, let's click on that proxies now. You can see they're all getting green now. Okay. That's because we gave it time to propagate. Okay, there's a couple more still to propagate. So anyway, let's come over here. Anything in the left-hand column down here is a trigger. Anything in the right-hand column here is an action. Example, if I have a WordPress, login here, I've just noticed that we don't have our okay, so over here you can see anything in the left hand side, this is a trigger. Anything on the right hand side, this is an action. Okay, so that means anytime I make a new blog post on my WordPress site, that's what I've connected in here, my money site, then it's going to get posted to Tumblr. That's the trigger. Getting posted to Tumblr is the action. Okay, if I favorite a new video, or if I upload a new video to my YouTube channel, these are triggers, and the action will be that it makes a post to Tumblr. When a new post appears in Tumblr, that is a trigger as well. Okay, and then it's going to post to Buffer, which I've got Twitter attached to this one. It's going to get bookmarked by Delicious. It's going to get bookmarked by Diggle. It's going to get posted to a fan page, to a Facebook timeline. It's going to get tweeted, and it's going to get posted to Blogger. Okay, so you can imagine if you've got a high PR blogger and high PR Twitter, it's given all the power back. All of these are given the power back into the Tumblr account, and in the Tumblr account is going to have a link to your money site. Okay, that's what we're doing over here. We're putting links into the money site, and plus you probably got links to your money site anyway from your YouTube videos. Okay, and if you're posting from WordPress, it's giving a link back to WordPress anyway. So all the link just should pass back through, and it will help your money site. That's what it's designed for. Okay, now let's come back over here. Right, so we're going to set up 10 IFTTT accounts, and in each of those IFTTT accounts, you're going to use a different high PR Tumblr, you're going to use a different Twitter, different Facebook, and a different blogger account in each. Okay, but you will be using the same YouTube and you will be using the same WordPress money site, okay, with the Tumblr IFTTT, Tumblr power feed, sorry, in your IFTTT account. Okay, now you can buy Facebook phone verified accounts. Okay, if you just go over to Fiverr.com, you can see I've typed in Facebook PVA, and you can see this guy will provide 15 USA PVA accounts. This one will do 4. This one will do 6. These guys change a lot. Okay, so I'm not going to recommend any specific one, but you can go there and find them for yourself and choose which one you want. I'll put a link for that particular search so you can see exactly what I see here. Okay, right, next, I don't want you to overthink things. This is what happens every time we go near an IFTTT strategy. I see people overthinking things. I have already thought things for you, okay? We've already played around with it. We've already tested stuff, okay? What I'm telling you to do here is for every money site to go ahead and do 10 IFTTT accounts using different Tumblr, high PR Tumblr, at least a high PR Tumblr in each. Okay, right now, with these 10 accounts, we know that we are going to be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus Facebook, plus fan pages 12, plus, that's it really. Facebook and fan pages 12. So you're going to be getting a minimum of 12 links, okay? If the LinkedIn doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just means that Tumblr is not going to post to LinkedIn. It doesn't mean anything else is broken, okay? It doesn't really matter, honestly. Just let it go and we'll try and get this one fixed, or we will remove it, okay? They're notoriously hard to use for creating accounts, okay? Twitter.com, they have just recently started to ask for phone verification, which is unfortunate because up until a week before launch, they were not, and we never had a problem with them. Okay, the only one we did have a problem with was LinkedIn. Okay, Deagle, we need to find a solution because it's never verifying. We are aware of that. We will try and get it fixed. Okay, so anyway, so we know we can get up to 12 links by doing that. Okay, well, actually, let me just come back here. Okay, but all the power is coming back into the Tumblr. And if you use a high PR Twitter and a high PR blogger, that's giving even more juice, even more power to that Tumblr, which is passing even more power back to your money site. Okay, so we don't need to overthink things. I've already done the thinking for you. If something is not working there, as long as it's not as long as it's not the Tumblr account, then we are okay. Okay, really, we're okay. The triggers are coming from your money site. The triggers are coming from your YouTube account. And that's all we need to worry about, as well as having a high PR Tumblr. Okay, right now, understand what is a trigger and what is an action. It's really important because these are all triggers and these are all actions. Okay, if you can understand this, then you will understand. If we don't have LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. If we don't have Twitter, it doesn't matter. Okay, because we just have less actions, but actually, in a way, we're getting a little bit more randomness, so we don't need to worry about it. We are just simply playing a numbers game, okay? You can go and create as many of these as you want. I'm recommending you use 10, but you can do it 100 times if you want, okay? It's entirely up to you. If you're in a very competitive niche, going for very competitive keywords, you might want to scale that up to 10, and start with 10, scale it up to 20, a month later scale it up to 30, etc. You can do that. Okay, it's just automated backlinking for a high PR Web 2.0 blog network. Okay, and we don't have to be too pedantic. If we don't have a LinkedIn, if we don't have a Twitter, who cares? We're playing a numbers game, and we're just going to keep making more of these accounts, and it's just more automated backlinks. Now, what can we do after this? Once that's set up, we need to backlink our Tumblr account. We need to backlink our backlinks, basically. Okay, the Tumblr account being the main focus, but if you're using a high PR blogger account within those Web 2.0 blog networks as well, which would be a different blogger account in every one of those IFTTT accounts, then you might want to send some links there as well. Okay, simple as that. It's really simple stuff, guys. Don't overthink it. Nothing complicated. Just remember, for the main part of IFTTT Backlink Commando, you're only using proxies for the account creation. Use IP authenticated proxies. Do not use proxies for account creation or the tube networks. Okay, thanks. See you later.